Hello, what's going on everybody? Sebastian here with Spin Driving School, and in today's video we are going to get into bus lane versus HOV lane. So what is the difference, what to do, what not to do? They are very confusing. They're almost interchangeable. More commonly you'll see them in the city than on the freeway. On a freeway HOV lane, technically it's just a high occupancy vehicle lane where you have to have minimum 2 people in the car to travel in it, with some electric vehicles being okay, but you're not really going to see buses, or you have to worry about the same situations or scenarios as you would in the city. So in a city, it's different circumstances. As always, it's all based on situations. In a lot of cases, I teach my students, anytime you have 3 or more lanes, you can turn into the middle lane, especially if you know there's a bus or a bike lane, or all of the above. But you can turn in and out of the HOV lanes when necessary and when it's safe. So as long as you're not impeding someone else's right of way, as long as that lane is not being occupied by another vehicle, can you turn into the middle lane as opposed to the bus lane or the HOV lane? Sure. I'll show you some examples coming up here. So first, let's get into some pictures from ICBC. So this is from the ICBC website. So you can just pause it and read it right there. So you can turn in and out of the HOV or bus lane as long as you move through them within the broken lines. Okay, so HOV, usually 2 people or more. They'll always look at the numbers. Sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 4. It really depends. Wellington is kind of famous for at least, I think, minimum 6. You can pause this to read through it. This is a little bit more thorough. And then if you ever have this yellow sign present, do not turn into the bus lane, because you can actually fail your road test. So you'll see, I think there's 2 or 3 examples coming up here. So I'm making this right turn here, and I'm going to be turning into the middle lane. So if you turn to the right lane, which is the bus or the HOV lane, if you're turning right, like into that dealership there, or if there's a turn coming up right after that, can you turn into the bus lane? Yes, but if you do turn into the bus lane by accident, get out of it as soon as you can over the broken lines. Now I'm going back into the bus lane because I'll be making a right turn, so that is also okay. But I do recommend turning wide if you have that yellow sign present. Just like in this case, I'll be turning into the middle lane. Okay, so I'm making if you want to call it a wide or a wider turn on purpose. And if you turn into the bus lane in this case, you can fail your road test. I have a protected right turn. Now if you're going on the highway, because the highway is right there, sure, you can turn into the bus lane right away as well. That's fine. You can always listen to the instructions from your examiner. Don't turn into the bus lane with the yellow sign. That's what I would encourage and recommend, unless you're given specific directions or you know where you're going. Different story. So now I'm turning into the parking lot here, so I just moved over into the bus lane to turn. No problem. Next up, I'm turning onto Hastings. So usually Hastings is going to be a HOV or a bus lane or both. On weekdays and weekends, it's going to be a little bit different. People do park in it, so in this case, it's actually quite clear because there's a bus up there. So I turned into the bus lane, and then I'm going to move out of it into the center lane over the broken line. So dotted broken lines. Again, HOV lane and a bus lane. Turning, no problem. Next example, I'll be turning back onto Hastings. So turning into the bus lane or HOV lane, and then I'm going to move over, unless I'm going on a highway, which in this case I'm not, so I'm going to move over to the left lane. If I'm going on a highway, I'm staying in that lane and I'm just cruising. A few more examples coming up here. So I'm turning from Wellington onto Hastings. If the right lane is blocked, I'll turn into the center. If it's not, I'll turn into the right lane and then move over accordingly. Like in this case, it's a clear lane. No one's parked there. There are no buses. Then I'll move over. In this case, there's an ambulance there. So clearly I'm not going to turn into the right lane. I'm going right into the middle lane. And this should be 100% okay on the test. If you fail for this, man, I would definitely go and argue with him, because that's dumb. So we're turning into the middle lane here in this case as well. And this is just preference. There's no sign that clearly tells me to do so. However, I know this road and I'm just going to turn into the middle lane. And in this case, you should also be okay, even on the road test. Again, similar situation from before. So if you know these streets, like I know this corner very well because I drive around here all the time. So I know usually around this corner there are immediately cars parked right after you turn. So, you know, if you turn, it's going to look like you're parking, or you're going to end up hitting a car, depending on how close they're parked. So I'm just turning into the middle lane. No problem. Totally fine. And then in this case, now this is not an HOV or a bus lane, but again, it's a 3-lane road. So in this case, you can turn into the middle lane or into the lane that's closest to the curb, though I would recommend turning to the lane that's closest to the curb and then moving over if you don't want to have any problems. But both are okay as long as the middle lane is not occupied by any other vehicles. That includes cars turning into that intersection. Similar situation. Now, multiple buses pulling in. So in this case, I'm going to be turning wide into the center lane because both of these buses are occupying the bus/HOV lane. And I'm not going to wait behind the bus. In this case, I mean, that would be a really, really tight turn. So, and then make sure that if the bus is merging or signaling, that you let them in. So that's it. That's all. I hope that helps. I know it's a confusing subject, but I hope that clarifies some of the problems and issues. Take care. See you on the next one.